live in-person podcast today with Brendan and Rob here. And today we're talking about, as we do travel every once in a while and go on trips, one of our number has gone to a faraway land. Some would say even upside down to the other side of the world, and has brought back not only interesting tales, but interesting beers that he had down there. So,
well, we know about the beers for sure. The tales we've yet to see.
But Rob, where were you recently?
Well, I was in Australia for 2 weeks. Went to go visit Garrett, which is Brendan's brother.
That loser.
Yeah.
Hi, Garrett.
One of our most faithful listeners. All right, yeah, so you're down in Brisbane.
So I was down in Brisbane. I'm pretty loosey-goosey when I travel. I don't like to travel on a schedule. I work on a schedule, so I don't like to travel on a schedule. So basically, I went there with no real plans.
Did you have a flight home at least? When you
Yes. Immigration tends to like it when you have flights back.
What do you mean this is a one-way?
Yeah.
This is before you get too far into it. That was something about going to Australia. There's this whole process of you got to get your visa and everything approved before you get on your flight.
This is true, which is a good thing that they told me that. Garrett told me that beforehand because I was just gonna go.
Yeah, like you would with most other trips, but then no, they're like, make sure you have this ready and you can show it to the customs guy that you've already been approved to enter the country.
So it turns out that's actually really easy. They just have this app called the Australian ETA, and you just fill all your information on there, and I got approved in 5 minutes.
Oh,
It took me more time to fill out the form than it did get approval.
okay, that's at least handy then.
Yeah. So it was really quick, and it only cost $20. So
Yeah, because that's interesting.
It's good for a year.
It's again one of the rare, with the Canadian passport and that, you can get into it's 100 countries without a visa. It's a lot of the European.
Well, that's why I didn't
Union
even
and
think
all
about it.
that.
Everywhere I've gone, I've never had to fill it out before.
Well,
and since Australia's a part of the Commonwealth, so
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I was just they're part of the Commonwealth, it should be fine.
Wonder if the king has to get his ETA approved before he travels to Australia.
Yeah.
Probably.
And are you coming here to work? Kinda.
I'm reclaiming some land.
I brought more criminals.
Oh boy.
So you're down in Brisbane, I guess then. Again, how was it? Was it nice and relaxing? I guess I'm assuming warm weather and all that fun stuff.
It was hot for me, but it was 25, 26 degrees, which for me was kind of hot.
Also, a nice summer day sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And for them, that was their springtime, right? So they're getting into summertime. I think Garrett recently has shown off some temperatures, and it's hitting 40 degrees there now.
Cool.
So that's no thanks. That's way too hot.
Yeah, it's no wonder our friend Hazel moved down there.
Yeah.
She hated the cold, so she's like, I'm going somewhere where it's the warmest.
Yeah, it doesn't really get cold there. I mean, when I was there, the coldest, quote unquote, time was 18 degrees. So it's and that's at nighttime. So it's still plenty warm. No need for a jacket. Rained quite a bit, but that could be just because spring or whatever, but I don't know. It's a little mix of weather, some overcast, rain, sun. When the sun was out, it was hot for sure.
Yeah.
There's a grab bag. Well, that's good then.
Yeah. So other than that, did a lot of hiking, lots of brewery tours, which we have some samples here for today. Fortunately, not everything survived the flight back.
Oh no! Did you have unfortunately exploded cans in your check bags?
Yes, plural.
Oh,
Plural. Yeah. I was over my limits for what I was allowed to carry, anyways. But still,
Do you have anything to declare? Let me check. No,
Not anymore. Yeah.
not anymore.
Actually, they were pretty good about it. They actually didn't charge me duty. I did claim everything. Anyhow, I think there was lost probably about 2 liters of beer in my suitcase.
Oh, that sucks.
That's just like, I wonder if it survived. You could see the thing come out on the carousel, and it's just like
There's a
dripping.
little-
Like a wet mark. And I was like, I hope that's only one of them. No, there was several cans exploded.
Some guys got to drag a hose out to the plane that's rinsed down.
I was just glad some of the more expensive stuff is because I brought back a bottle of rum, which we're actually drinking right now.
And
Yeah,
it's
this-
fantastic. Very happy this
Yeah,
one.
magnificent
It
rum.
was a black truffle rum, which survived, which the one I was like most crossing my fingers for, and also a bottle of wine that I had brought back that I was going to share with my family. But those both made it, so that's good. And so, other than that, just lost some beers.
I was gonna say I had the same fear coming back because we were down in Napa Valley for a wedding month and a half ago or whatever, and that was the fear just watching the bag come down the carousel chute, being like, for the love of God, no nothing, because like most of the bottles were they're like in Canadian dollars they were like $50-$60, but there was one bottle that was like 120, and it's like. That's like a special reserve, whatever we bought, and it's just like, for the love of God, like if I see red running out of the bag, I'm going to be so sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was kind of sad about the beers too, because in Australia, beers are not cheap.
Well, especially that 13% one you got there.
That one is like $16 a can.
Yeah.
Holy
So all of those survived. I was like, hell yeah.
beers by Bacchus.
Bacchus, yeah.
Bacchus.
So Brendan and Steve can see it, the listeners can't. So it's $16 a can for 355 mils.
Oh, this is $3.75. This is
Ooh,
$3.75.
well, there you go.
So
13.2%.
slightly larger. But yeah, it's not a big can.
Yeah, Mocha Reserve Bourbon Barrel Aged Coffee Chocolate Pastry Stout. That's.
And actually, that one would go really well following the rum.
I need to drive home eventually.
You don't have to drink all of these. That's why it's for sampling. But yes.
Oh, there you go. Contains caffeine.
Ooh, and I'd keep you awake.
This can is 3.9 standard drinks.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got
Speaking
here?
of which, are standard drinks universal?
No.
I didn't think so.
An Australian standard drink is different than a British standard
Yeah,
drink.
which
It's
is
different than a
American.
Canadian. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whatever that means then. So I don't know
So
what the
I
Australian
think
version
in
is.
Canadian terms this would be like 2.5 standard drinks. Because
Yeah,
like one can of 5% beer is one drink.
Yeah,
One standard drink, yeah.
yeah. So that's $3.75, so a little bit more, and then it's a 13.2, so 2.5.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. No, that 2.5 is about correct.
Ish. Yeah.
So it's funny here too. There's this one I'm holding up here, Sea Legs.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers from Edmonton. So I thought that was funny, and the beer was good, so I brought some back.
Well, of course, Edmonton has Sea Change.
Yeah, Sea Change Brewery.
Brewing. So obviously the Brisbane branch is Sea Legs.
I doubt that's where that came from, but yeah, it's pretty good. And then a couple of Brendan's favorites, a couple sours. That
Oh
were
yeah,
pretty tasty.
Oh yeah, this one, the blood orange and pomegranate pastry sour.
It's actually not that sour. That one tastes like juice. It was amazing.
Yes, day.
So good.
All right.
And the ginger beer, also fucking fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. The place to beer.
Yeah. That one was so good. I wanted to scoop
Oh,
up
that's
as
neat.
many as I could.
This is 1.2 standard drinks.
Yes. How many?
This is a 4%.
Yeah.
Neat.
So I think like the 3.5 can of beer is one standard drink or something like that.
Weird.
Yeah. Basically, a table beer is your standard drink, and there's a certain number of standard drinks you're supposed to have in a year or whatever.
Huh. And like this one is 2.4 standard drinks. That's
also half a
6%.
liter. That one's a 500 ml can.
Oh, 500 ml can, 5%, 2.4 drinks.
All right. So now that we've understood how many standard drinks each of these cans is, can we try one of them?
Yes. Do you want maybe the pale ale? Let's do the pale ale.
Sure. Here's a can, glass for you.
So, what was the first brewery you visited when you were down there?
I don't remember.
What was the best brewery you visited while you were down there?
Probably Bacchus.
Okay.
Bacchus was my favorite, yeah. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. The brewer there was pretty chatty, and all of his beers had like some little pun hidden in them. It was pretty funny. They had quite a few taps, like 20 taps. And sorry, Steve, I was passing beer, not glasses. And they had like a row, like 4 or 5 taps dedicated just to like different types of stouts. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, so that was his big focus then.
I liked it. Well, they had all kinds of others. They had hazies and all
four taps out of 20 though.
Still, having that many stouts on tap though is impressive.
Yeah.
All right, cheers,
What
boys.
did you pour again? The pale ale?
This is the pale ale.
The Sea Legs?
Yeah.
A little taste from down under, boys. There you go.
A classic West Coast American style American pale ale with bitterness, full malt flavor, and citrus aroma, rounded out with a hint of pine and subtle resin.
Yep.
The Sea Legs, the one that's kind of down right on the river underneath the one bridge there?
No.
No. Okay. Obviously, I went to too many breweries when I was there. I can't remember.
I know which one you're talking about. That one is huge. I didn't go to that one, actually.
This beer is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason I brought it back.
So, went to a number of breweries, went to a number of hikes. What stood out on the hike side? Like, was there anything there that you experienced better in the hiking world than Alberta?
Well, it's more tropical.
So it's hotter, yeah. So you sweat
Yeah.
more, okay. Yeah.
It's a lot warmer. Actually, it's pretty funny that the second day, so the day I landed at 5 a.m. and that was after flying for
14 hours?
14 hours.
16
Yeah,
hours?
one
14
flight.
hours.
The one flight is 14 hours, and never mind for me, it was from Calgary to LA and then LA to Brisbane.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad. A little bit of a layover and stuff, but
Yeah, LA's like 3 to 4 hours.
Call it like 18
3
hours.
hours, yeah.
18 to 20 hours of travel, whatever it is. 14 hours on one plane, and then land at 5 in the morning. So that one was just kind of like, that was just like a zombie day. Garrett kind of just showed me around town. Just walked around, didn't really do a whole lot. It was just kind of like trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
The next day we went on a hike, and that was probably my favorite hike. We went to this place where there were like these big cliffs and like these giant waterfalls,
Beautiful.
which are really nice. It was also memorable because it was the first time I ever got leached.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Weren't swimming in anything. I must have stepped in a puddle with some leeches. Or must have been some leeches hiding in some puddle, and I guess they like attached themselves to my shoe and then crawled up my leg. So I was
That's fun.
yeah. So I caught it because it was like I felt something like it felt like like some grass or something that brushed against the back of my ankle or something, and I looked back and there's this like thing wiggling around. I was like, son of a.
You picked up a tail.
Found something. So, found it early, didn't really get a chance to dig itself in, and so was able to pull it off.
Yeah, just get out of here.
But ever since then, like after that, it was like every time I went to go put my shoes on, I was like, are the leeches hiding in here?
Which is now understandable. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple snakes, a few spiders, no leeches. Okay, good. Put the shoe on.
Did not see any snakes other than at the zoo. Saw lots of spiders. Lots of spiders. They're all harmless.
They're just spiders, and they're big.
Yeah, they're just larger than what we have here.
Did you see any of the big huntsman, like tarantula-like ones?
Saw some huntsmen, so not very large. They were like maybe that big. Don't know how big to describe.
For reference,
The size
he's
of the palm of your hand?
yeah, it's about the size of between a golf ball and tennis ball.
About golf balls.
Golf ball, yeah.
About that size. That's with the legs spread out.
That's still a big spider. For what we have here, that's a big spider.
Yeah, for what we're used to seeing, for sure. Yeah. But those ones are friendly, kind of. Don't get too close, but
Yeah,
they're not venomous or anything.
No,
I'm okay with small
They like
spiders.
to jump, is what I hear.
Yeah, I'm okay with big spiders like tarantulas, but like the medium spiders, I don't like those spiders. Those spiders are too big. Small spiders, that's fine.
They're both too big and yet not big enough.
Yeah. Tarantulas, they're cool. Medium spiders? No way. Okay, so I was going to say, so Bacchus was like one of your favorite breweries. What was one of your other memorable beer or pubs that you went to while you were down there?
They had another one called Brewdog that I also liked. They had a very large brewery, and it was just, and another one. It was huge, and again, like huge, like 20, 30, whatever, how many taps, like lots of taps, and all the beers I tried were good too. So I tried to bring some of those home, but
Those are
I
part of
didn't
the.
actually get any, or well, they disappeared, but.
Didn't make it into the bag.
There's also a non-alcoholic ginger beer that I really liked from there, and they have a seasonal one, like a spiced ginger beer.
Nice.
I tried to bring so Garrett actually ordered a whole case. I was going to try and bring it back, but it was way too heavy. We had everything, all this stuff loaded in my suitcase, and my suitcase was like 80 pounds. You're allowed 50.
Yep.
So I had to drop 30 pounds. So
Oh,
unfortunately,
that's 2 4s out.
that's pretty much what happened, because it's all glass too, right? So it's like heavy. I was only able to bring back 1 4-pack. One of those bottles smashed too, but only 3 survived.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do anything crazy. Just lots of hikes and just
Visiting
chill
and
stuff.
that. Yeah. Well, at least you came back rested and rejuvenated. I assume, at least.
to a degree. Actually, I found it really hard going there. I found the jet lag wasn't so bad, but coming back, it took me like a week to recover.
Really?
Yeah, I had a hard time settling back.
All right, I want to see this juice one.
Fine.
So this is Yes Day
Hazy pastry sour. Yeah.
from Working Title Brew Co. That's actually a really good working title. I like that.
Oh, Working Title. That one was right by Garrett and Courtney's place, right?
Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
We were there when Jonathan and I landed last year. Went to Thanksgiving dinner, and then we went to Working Title right after, I think. Pretty sure that's the one we went to.
So this one's interesting because it is a kettle sour with lactose, fermented with rich blood orange, silky pomegranate, and it is the ultimate citry and berry sour.
These were, unfortunately, I brought a 4-pack of these. 2 of these are the ones that blew up in my case. So.
Well, I mean, if you had to lose a beer, I suppose.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. That's why you're only getting a little.
Quite all right with that. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, boys.
You'll probably like this one, Brendan, I think. It's not very sour at all, but it's delicious.
Yeah, that's very mild on the sour. It's like a day and a half day sour.
I agree. It's not very sour. I'm not a huge fan of the beer, but
For me, it's tasty, but it is a lot. There's a lot going on there.
There is a lot. It's delicious. It's so good. That's why I got it. It's amazing.
it tastes like a Sour Patch Kid.
A Sour Patch Kid and a Danish got together.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's that.
It's a Sour Patch Danish.
Because yeah, it's got it's got the lactose, so it's nice and smooth, but it's almost got a little bit of that like a buttery breadiness to it, almost like a little it's that pastry bit.
Yeah.
It's very This goes down easy though.
So you go back to Australia?
Yeah, I would go back. I liked it there. It's people ask me like what I thought of it. I go, it's basically a hot Canada, because a lot of the people are similar, talk the same way.
Yeah.
They just drive on the other side of the road.
Well, I mean, they're on the other side of the world, so it kind of
Yeah, it makes sense.
It got a little bit confusing sometimes. You go crossing the street and you're used to looking left first. And like,
yeah.
gotta look the right first. It took a little while to adjust to that.
Well, it's funny. You go to the big cities, and it's the same in England when you're in London. It's actually written on the sidewalks, like, look right.
Oh, yeah. To make sure people look the right way.
Yeah, because they're bigger tourists, and of course, they know most of the world drives on the other side of the roads.
Yeah. Yeah, so that took a little while. Or like, and because I knew I was screwing it up, I was always like, they say look twice. I was doing like 4 times.
Yeah.
Make sure I wasn't.
Just whipping back and forth.
Yeah, I didn't want to accidentally walk in front of traffic.
I would always go to the wrong side of the car when I was driving. Oh, obviously I'm going to go to the passenger seat. Nope, that's the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught on to that pretty quick, but yeah, for sure. Looking across the street, you just get used to looking a certain way all the time. It's just habit, right? And
Yeah,
you just look the wrong
ingrained.
way. You're like, whoops.
No tipping there, which is nice.
No tipping. I actually like that quite a bit.
Oh, I wish we could do that here.
Stuff is about the same price, maybe just slightly more expensive, but
Yeah, I think like restaurants and bars and stuff like that, if it's basically the same price, except you've already paid your tip.
yeah,
Whereas here, everything's lower sticker price, but then you're paying your tip on top of that.
yeah. I also really liked how you pay for things first,
Yeah.
so you don't.
So you can just get up and go.
Yeah, you just get up and leave. You don't have to.
Oh, that's super handy.
Yeah. So you order your drinks and your food, you pay for that, and then it arrives, and then you leave whenever you want.
So there's no like tab system or anything like
Nope.
that. Huh.
That being said, some of the nicer restaurants are still table service.
Yes,
where
there
are
there's
some like
there's
that,
still
yeah.
no tips, but it's still bring the bill and all that sort of.
But yeah, so there's still like the more standard service, but like a lot of I'm assuming the pubs and stuff are more like just
You go order at the
Bar service. Yeah.
bar service. Okay. Interesting.
which I liked. I like that because it's just like then you don't have to worry about oh shit, did I remember to pay or not or whatever. You don't have to wait for the tab because you've already paid.
So funny story about that. The last day that we were there, Jonathan and I were in Australia last year. We went to one of the coffee shops on Kangaroo Cliffs, I want to say. Anyway, it's on kind of a cliffy portion that overlooks the downtown of Brisbane. And it's really cool. It was a nice spot to be. And all that sort of stuff. So we went and we had breakfast and coffee and all that sort of stuff. And then I just was like, oh, yeah, that's good. And I got up and left. And I think Jonathan ended up paying. But I was oblivious. I was outside the restaurant being like, what's taking so long? Jonathan's paying. I was like, oh, yeah, this place that we didn't pay first.
Whoops.
I've been in Australia for 2 weeks and I'm forgetting to pay bills.
If I didn't pay at the start, it doesn't count.
Yeah. Although, why'd they bring me the food if I didn't pay?
Probably my favorite one. This is probably what I gained 5-10 pounds when I was there. Probably because I have a sweet tooth.
Mm-hmm.
And they have bakeries on the corner of every street, how we have liquor stores everywhere. They've got bakeries everywhere.
Okay.
So I'm just like, pastry. Run over, grab a pastry. And just doing that all over the place.
Okay, so not that I knew this from the start, but what was the best bakery or pastry shop?
I can't remember the name of them, man. They were all good. Let's just say I didn't have a bad one.
You didn't have a bad one. Okay, that's pretty good then. So a diabetic's nightmare is Brisbane.
Yeah, but yeah, there's all my favorite because they got all these ones full of cream and chocolate, and it's just so good. Yeah.
I still remember us when it was Jasper last year when we're like, oh, we got to go to the candy store, and me and Brendan, maybe we picked up 1 or 2 things, but Rob picked up 3 bags worth of candies and treats and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't think I even bought anything. I just stole some of Rob's after.
Yeah. Probably. He'll go into a coma. It'll be easy then.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna, sure.
Wasn't that the one where I just kept buying stuff? He's like, if you buy 1 more, I'll give you a free one.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. Actually, no, make it 7. I'm making it.
Damn it.
No, the other one was the Oktoberfest where we were beside the candy booth.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is great. He just gave me a 2-for-1 deal. I was like, no, you bought 4 bags and they have a 5-for-4 deal.
Tricked me. That's what happens when you put our booth beside the sugar booth.
Yep.
Just can't resist that stuff, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah, got the sweet tooth. So yeah, ate a lot of pastries. It was amazing. It was good.
Awesome.
The lamb there is really good too, and it's like a lot more available. Like it's easy to get it.
Well, yeah, because it's New Zealand and Australia, raise that there. Like we get that meat, but it has to travel on a plane or on a boat to get to us. So
Which is stupid. You go driving east to here, you pass nothing but lamb farms
yeah,
all the way to Bicycle.
yeah. So I don't know why it's not easier. Because like I remember getting lamb.
Because it's not popular enough. Not enough people eat it. So what happens is a lot of the lamb that gets raised here actually gets sent out to Ontario.
Well, that's such silly.
Yeah, it's stupid. So we go to the grocery store, we have to buy Australian lamb.
Instead of like down the road.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Not that Australian lamb's bad, but like I said, it travels across the world to get here, and it's silly.
That is very
that's
silly.
a long way to go. So yeah, the lamb. I really like the lamb. And the one thing that did surprise me, thinking that most of Australia is along the coast. There's not a lot of seafood there.
No, Brisbane was weird for that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird because you'd think that nature's bounty is right there, guys. Like you just have to go get it.
Yeah. So Garrett was explaining this to me, and I guess what happens is the higher quality stuff that they catch goes to Japan.
Oh,
So they export it.
Okay,
So they catch and export, so that you don't get a lot of it there.
huh?
So I was like, huh. Like I'm like, well, it makes sense, but at the same time, I was kind of expecting to eat more seafood, and they were like, no.
Yeah, because like again,
Ate a lot of lamb and chicken instead.
it's a big fucking island. Like
Yeah.
there's lots of coast there. There's lots of opportunity, but I guess if demand's really high in Japan and I guess other Southeast Asian, countries and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I really like the landscape. Like out here you have a city and there's really not a lot of trees or anything. But out there, there's almost everything is built in the forest.
Okay.
So there's lots of trees and stuff around all the time, everywhere you go. Lots of wildlife.
I found that more down in California. Like there was trees like integrated into the town a lot more. Like you'd have patios with like old trees like coming out through, and they basically built around it, sort of thing. Like they integrated it a lot more, whereas here it's more clear cut it down and then plant a small tree afterwards,
No,
sort of thing.
yeah, we're stupid about it. It's okay. First thing we gotta do is pull out all these elms. And why? Just build around it. Like,
Yeah. So I really like that. It was kind of how it was like more integrated into the city as opposed to just like an afterthought.
Yeah. Oh shit! I can see the neighbors. I should probably put up a tree.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a good time. I would go back. I think like a lot of people said like, oh, I only went for 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, that's a short time. I'm like, for me, it's long enough. But
Yeah, if you're going that far, like if it's taking you literally a day, like a full day to travel, like you should go for like 2 weeks because you're losing a day on each end basically to travel on that. So
it's a little weird actually. You lose, I would say, 2 days traveling there. So because my flight was on a Sunday, I landed on a Tuesday.
yeah,
And that's just because of how the time
crossing
zones
the
change,
date
and then
line,
you cross
yeah.
the international date line, and then coming back, you leave on a Saturday and land on a Saturday. So, because the opposite effect happens, right? So,
Where you stayed in Brisbane the full 2 weeks?
yeah, I didn't really go around, but like I said, I wasn't meh. This is
Just having a
wherever.
chill
Yeah,
trip?
exactly, yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to go back with my boy. Probably spend 2 weeks in Brisbane as opposed to the whirlwind tour that we did last time I was down there.
Yeah.
Moving to a different city every 2 days.
Oh,
Yeah, make him actually let him see the kookaburra that sits in the old gum tree.
Yeah, you can take him to the zoo and pet the kangaroos. You can take him to the zoo and pet the kangaroos.
Oh, we'd have to do that for sure. Yeah. Feed the kangaroos.
Yeah, we did that. Didn't feed them. We like they just lie in the grass. You can walk up and pet
Oh
them.
yeah, they're completely domesticated. And did you feed the lorikeets?
No.
Okay, that was fun too. They're like small parrots basically.
Okay.
And somebody's gonna get mad at me for trivializing it that way, but very brightly colored birds like green and orange and yellow and all that sort of stuff, and they're wild birds. But this particular zoo has basically like, oh yeah, we give them this little bit every day. So they migrate in, and you can see them building up before the actual feeding time, and then it's just a little bit of like sugar and water.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, here, they put them in these little things, and people hold them, and the birds just like fly all over you to get their little treat and stuff like that. So there's a picture of me with like 10 birds hanging off me trying to get on to
trying to get the treat.
the little treats. So I was like, oh yeah, that'd be fun to do with Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking out with the birds.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably scatter right away. Like,
That's cool. You can also pet the koalas. They don't let them climb on you anymore, or you're not allowed to hold them anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, they don't let you do that. But you can so they'll be in their tree and they'll let you you can kind of pet them on the back a little bit. But
yeah, because that's very recent. Because even last year we did the hold the koala thing.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't like that anymore.
I'm gonna say the koala population's kind of in decline because of all the chlamydia. So,
well, yeah, but this is like these are.
Oh, like they're at the zoo.
They're at the zoo. They're recovery koalas, right?
Oh.
And so it's not like you go to the bush and you grab a random kangaroo or a random koala and take a picture with it. They had a whole thing set up, and it was part of a fundraising thing as well
for raising for conservation,
stuff like that. So they had their trainers there were like, okay, and then they get the koala all set up on you and all that sort of stuff, and then take a picture. Okay, yeah. So, but guess they're not doing that anymore.
No, or at least not while I was there. And coincidentally, I mean, for me it was random. That was also Steve Irwin Day.
Oh,
so for people who don't remember, Steve Irwin is a crocodile hunter. So they had like some stuff going on at the zoo to celebrate his life. Yeah. I think Steve likes it so much he's going for the last little bits in the can there.
Good to the last drop, eh?
That was a delicious beer, man. It was so good.
I think I got some dregs left in my cup.
He's like, how do I give this away?
It's not as bad as the pickle beer that we had a while back.
I still liked that pickle beer.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately. So, yeah, we did see a dill pickle beer, and Garrett's like, you got to bring that back for Brendan. Just because it's his favorite.
Favorite.
Air quotes, yes.
Yeah, air quote favorite. Lucky for you, that was one of the ones that blew up in the case. So
good.
Yeah, my suitcase had a combination of this this blood orange pastry sour,
the pickle,
some ginger beer, some pickle, and what else? There was another one. Oh, and another sour. One of these other ones. These ones. I was going to say it's boxer beer, but hey, it's not the boxer that you guys are thinking of. For those of you familiar with craft beer, it's actually a picture of a boxer type of dog.
That's the brewery at the vineyard, right?
Yes.
So I remember seeing that last time too. We were doing a wine taste, and I was like, ooh, they have boxer beer.
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah, we were there. We went there to watch the Mike Tyson and
Jake Paul
fight
shenanigans.
It was disappointing.
Very.
Did the streaming work for you though? Because I was also at a bar trying to watch. Not really trying to watch. I was just randomly at a bar, and then it was just spinning wheels in the bar.
It was working. It worked for us.
No, we tried to watch it at home, and we got the spinning bars and just watched it afterwards, and it was disappointed. Superly disappointed. Yeah. Would have been worth it just to watch the highlights. Like that's how bad it was. It's like, and the highlight is
apparently the preliminary fight was pretty good though.
Yeah, the two women fighting.
Yeah,
that one was very good.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up to that. Might have to start watching women boxing, man. Those Those ladies are fierce.
Foxy, you could say.
Foxy. And on that note, Brendan, if any of our listeners have been to Australia and would like to correct any of our pronunciations and tell us where the best pastries is, how would they do so?
Tell us where the best pastries are.
Well, mate. They go to our website, www.solutionsbrewing.com, and there is a contact us button there. What that does, it sends an email to us at noproblems@solutionsbrewing.com. You can also just send us an email the old-fashioned way, or you can reach out on our socials at Solutions Brewing Co. on Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, thanks for listening, everyone, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah. And they're going to say it's the end of the year, so again, thanks for being with us this year and listening along, and we'll see you in 2025.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers.